Hello, everybody. Welcome to a new episode of your feathery podcast. Tell me, how are you doing? I'm doing just great. My name's Gary. I'm once again here with you guys, just talking, just chilling. And today we're going to talk about something not to say most of us, not to say all of us love. Yes, you already know we're talking about pets today. So, do you have pets? This is the first question. Most people do. I mean, not the vast majority, but at least like 60 or 70% of people have pets. And certainly 100% of you guys listening to me right now probably have already had one. Be that in your, growing up as a child in your house, in your parents' house, family. Well, it's almost impossible you don't have any memory or, you never had any pet, at least one in your whole life, in your entire life. I mean, I never met anyone who never had a dog or a cat or maybe something else. We're going to also talk about the eccentric pets, the different ones, the unusual ones. So yeah, go grab your cup of coffee. It's a chilly day. It's a chilly Friday. April's here, second quarter. This is not the first episode of the quarter, but the second quarter is just getting started. So relax, chill out, get cozy, and let's just embark on this journey, shall we? Let's go. Well, one of the things I really cherish, so to say, for lack of a better word, is the dispute between what is best. Who is the best pet, cats or dogs? Who wins? I mean, this is interesting. I think that both animals, in this case, cats and dogs, have their pros and cons. Well, right? But me personally, I love both. I've had both. And I honestly think that most people love both, right? But it's really up on it's really up to the not only the preferences but also the how can I put it, the context around you, right? So you live in an apartment. Well, perhaps dogs aren't the best option for you. Not that you cannot have dogs in an apartment, especially if your apartment is big, but it's way better, in my opinion, if you want to have dogs, if you want to have a dog, that you have space for him or her, right? Because the animals are animals at the end of the day, no matter how much we love them and treat them as our kids. And they need space, they need nature, concrete, too much concrete. It isn't good even for us, let alone the pets, let alone the animals. So, like, I believe that if you want to have a dog, you must have at least, it's preferable that you live in a house rather than an apartment. If an apartment, reasonably good one. I mean, reasonably great big one. Okay, with space, with a garden, if possible, with a possibility for the pets, in this case the dogs, to get exposed to sun or something, right? So, am I saying that cats don't need space? Cats don't need to sunbath? If you don't know, the expression is like when you go out in the openness and you take some sun ray. That's the sunbath. The name explains itself, I assume. So am I saying that? Am I saying cats don't need that, don't like that? No, they totally do. But the difference is that cats are more independent. They climb up walls, they jump, their mobility, it's way higher than dogs' mobility, right? Okay, there are some climber dogs, but it's more of an exception, and it's dangerous. The risk of them falling and getting hurt is tremendous if they do so. I don't advise dog owners, climber dogs owners, to allow them to be climbing around that much, right? Different from cats. Cats, they, I mean, like, is there a risk of accident? Yeah, but it's almost zero, you know. So if you live in an apartment, maybe even it's the perfect cats are the perfect company, right? But that's it. I grew up in a family that would have both. I mean, during my childhood, there was always one or two dogs and one or two cats in our family, for real. Okay, I never really carefully, I never stopped to think about it more carefully, but um, maybe it is because both my parents grew up in a similar condition as far as pets are concerned, like having cats and dogs all the time, like, but when I was older, the cats got out of the scene. My sister was more into it, getting one here and there every now and then, but we always would have a dog or two, one or two dogs. Actually, two was the minimum. And it is so to the very present moment in my mom's house. She's got two dogs, and I have firm reasons to believe that as soon as these guys, actually girls, go away, she will get one or two more dogs to keep the record, to keep the history. So yeah, that's a family thing. So that made me really love both. Today I don't have any. It's kind of ironic after I said it all, but having said it all, then dropping this piece of information. But I intend to have both in the future. I just need more space and more money, to be honest with you guys, because everything's so expensive today. Back in the days, my parents wouldn't have to spend much money with the pets. Like just the food here and there, a couple of bucks a month. Today there's food, there's the vet, there's you even risk going to the court to respond legally if you don't treat your pet adequately, which is cool, which is nice, but makes the whole thing harder, especially if you consider that in terms of in monetary terms, everything gets more and more expensive every day. So that's the point that doesn't allow me, so to say, to have pets today. But the fact is, truth of the matter, I love both of them. So what about you? I'd like you to write down in the comments section below. What do you like the best? Cats, dogs, both? Well, my favorite thing about, just to go quickly, my favorite thing about dogs is their loyalty, okay? Their protection, because they are, okay, different from cats, territorialists, and also they see you as member of the pack. If you don't know the word pack, okay, pack, just like you pack your baggage. But the word pack also means, what do we say in Portuguese? Matilha, right? Like alcateia, whatever, the group of wolves, right? Dogs are wolves at the end of the day, just a little genetically different. But yeah, they see you as a member of their group. So if they have to die for you, they will. No second thought. Of course, I heard a biologist saying recently that they expect you to do the same for them, right? Which I think it's fair. If I had a dog and someone was doing something and I had to risk my life to save it, I would. Like maybe this is one of the reasons why I don't have one more reason to be at the list. Like I would just do that because I know they would do the same, for me. So I would feel really, really bad if just one quick comment, not so quick maybe, but years and years ago, there was a case, it was on TV, where a man was attacked in the street by other men, and he was walking his dog. It was a mutt, okay? If you don't know what a mutt is, it's a dog that doesn't have a specific breed. It's what we call vira-lata. So it's a mutt, right? Hence the name Muttley, a dog from the cartoon. Anyways, and then this guy was walking in the streets walking his dog or just walking and bringing his dog with him. I'm not sure about it. Doesn't really matter. And then he was attacked by two other men, probably trying to steal him, to rob him, whatever. And the dog just jumped in the neck of one of the robbers, one of the criminals, one of the assaulters, one of the attackers, dropping him down immediately. And what did the men do? What would I do? I would just try to do the same to the other guy. One versus one, like fair and square, right? No, he just ran away. I mean, I don't want to be judgmental here because, like, he was afraid and there's the whole emotion. I don't know what he was going through, but it's really coward, like, and unfair with your friend, because, yeah, guys, I have to say that the dog was I don't remember if the guys, because then there was 2 versus 1, right? Then the dog was killed or severely hurt or something, probably killed. So when I stop and think about it, I really feel bad, like, oh my gosh, I really didn't want to do that. I didn't really want to, I don't want to be judgmental, but I didn't really want to be like that, I would try to resist, fight, or at least catch my dog and run away, like leave it to the criminals, come on, for Christ's sake. But again, that's just a story. I saw it on TV. I have no idea the context and who was the guy and everything, and anything like that. But that's it. The dogs are so loyal. This is my favorite thing about them. They protect you. They protect your family. It's amazing how. Of course, there are cases of dogs attacking people in the family, but it's an exception of the exception. And 100% or maybe 99.9% of the cases, there is some misconduct of the owners. Okay, maybe not the victims, the ones who were attacked, but the responsible person there. Like beating the dogs and creating and treating them and having them in a bad way, so to say, right? Aggression or having them starving, like this kind of thing. My point here is, in a healthy and natural environment, this is almost impossible to happen. If you just raise a dog as a baby, as from a baby, as that is puppy, we say, of course, right? As a puppy, it develops a religious devotion for you and your family, and they will do anything to protect you. Cats don't have that. I mean, I'm not attacking them. I mean, I'm not saying they're inferior because of that. It's their nature, right? Simple as that. But of course, that doesn't mean that they don't love you, that they don't they don't cherish your company. It only means that they're more independent, right? So, as I said before, I love both cats and dogs. So let me tell you what I love the most about cats. Their independence. I love the fact that dogs are there for us all the time, but I don't like it very much that they not that I don't like, but say for example, I want to travel, I have to think extremely carefully before doing that, before going away if I have dogs, I will have to delegate someone, pay someone, whatever, to keep company, keep them company, at least a few 1 hour a day or 30 minutes, I don't know. And also to feed them, with cats that doesn't happen, you go, you just leave food available there, they don't only eat what you give them, what you feed them. They can hunt, and they usually do that, so this is interesting. I'm gonna say cats are cute, but dogs are also cute. But cats are cute in a different way. They're like, you're sitting on a couch watching a movie. You can perfectly have a cat, lying in your lap, in your leg, and you kind of enjoying the moment, cuddling them, this part with cats, in my opinion, it's more special. The dogs, can do that if they're not too big. I mean, if they're big, it's also possible. The difference is that you cannot have them all on your lap, but their head maybe. But it's like, well, dogs move a lot. They are more active in terms of like, every 3 or 5 minutes, and they will stand up and go around, to check the house. So it's not the same thing, possible, but not the same thing. So I love the cuteness of cats and how they're easier to live with, right? But this is it about the cats and dogs, of course. Well, as the title suggests, we're not gonna only talk about the regular pets, cats and dogs, but also the other ones. Well, I never had. I mean, not that I never had. I would say eccentric, but I'm gonna change this word. Let me use the word unusual. Okay, so other than dogs and cats. Okay, maybe birds and fish can be used here as usual pets. What do you think? What do you guys think? Okay, so let's add birds and fish to the list. Okay, of usual, of normal pets, right? Regular pets. Okay. I once had a tortoise or a turtle. I never know the difference, to be honest with you guys. I think it was a tortoise. For a few months, a friend gave it to me. I don't even know where he got it from, but it was small tortoise. But it just remained a few days, and I kind of lost the interest, and I gave it to someone. I don't really remember. I have no idea, to be honest with you guys. I just remember that because I filmed that on a camera 20 years ago, and then I still remember it. The only eccentric. But on the social medias, it's like not a day goes by before a video pops up in my timeline of someone with a very eccentric pet. Okay, it's even hard to say pet to a crocodile, to a snake, but yeah, that's it. That's what I'm talking about when I'm saying eccentric. I mean, actually, any other animal than the four ones mentioned, right? The four categories. I don't think I would ever have a eccentric pet, especially having kids around the house. It's really dangerous, guys. I don't know. I see those guys, those sheikh guys, those rich Arab guys with lions and tigers. I mean, that's really, heedless, right? It's a big risk, right? No matter how, because these animals, there's a difference between the cats and dogs were savage animals that were domesticated throughout history, okay? Throughout history. So they are, it's already, I'm not gonna say it in a technical way, maybe I'm wrong, but I think that it's already in their DNA to cooperate with humans, Other animals simply don't have that, It's like, what if your lion or alligator one day, for some reason, feels an inch of pain inside of their body, biological pain, and they just, they're irrational. They don't know how to deal with that, I'm not saying cats and dogs are rational, but their instincts, their domesticated instinct, so to say, it's so present that they're probably gonna do anything but attacking you, like they won't do that, but with a lion, with a wild animal, despite of the fact that you got him or got it as small, when it was small, when it was young, it's irrelevant. There's too much nature instinct inside it, they will attack you, So even take a lion, for example. I saw a biologist saying that, and I couldn't agree more. What if a lion, for some reason, just, decides to, slap you in the face, just strike you in the face, which is something that in his group of lions would be seen as a kind of a joke or a playful movement with his brothers and cousins, and there wouldn't have any consequences for them because There are other lions there's as strong or close to him, but in your case would disfigurate your face, right? I'm just quoting the biologists, and I totally agree. So that's, well, I respect. Well, there are eccentric animals that aren't so dangerous. Let's talk a little bit about them too. Yes, I once saw a snail, a slug, big slug or whatever. Girl was even cuddling. The was cuddling it. It's kind of cute, but it's kind of weird at the same time. So I don't know what to say about it. There are big spiders. I mean, these spiders aren't so dangerous as they may look like, and some people have them. But I'm gonna say it's safe because you don't let them wandering around the house usually, right? If you do, you have to be extremely careful. First of all, not to step on it and kill it, right? But these big spiders, they're tarantula, for example, they aren't as dangerous, right? They don't have poison. They have a very painful bite, but they don't bite out of the blue, like, especially if they're used with the environment and everything. So I'm gonna risk to say that that would be an easy eccentric pet. Okay, let me know from you. What do you think eccentric pets, safe or not so safe pets are? But that's it. There are people like raising alligators and even sleeping with them. I mean, not people. There's some isolated cases of people sleeping with alligators, crocodiles. I mean, that's crazy. That's even more crazy than the rich Arab sheikhs with their lions and tigers. Like, alligators are even more primitive. Biologically speaking, the chances of them biting your hand off. Come on, that's insane, right? What else have I seen? I mean, I'm not gonna consider livestock as pets, okay? Livestock, if you don't know the word, are animals that you use like on farms, farm animals, right? Cows, pigs, There are pigs used as pets as well. Yeah, that is also a livestock and a pet as well. Like, I mean, any animal can technically become a pet as long as you have money and space and the guts to call them that. Of course, the love, if possible, to treat them well, and the responsibility not to be exposed to danger and everything, just because you think the animal has emotional integrity as humans. Come on, that's not even fair, it's expecting the animals to have the emotional and intellectual integrity humans have. Come on, that's crazy. But technically, any of them could be turned into a pet or treated as pets, right? So let me know your opinions. Let me know what you think, what you have had in your life. Stories to share, funny, interesting, emotional stories about the pets. Because, as I started off saying, pets if there's one thing that pets were 100 years ago and still are, is like a part of our emotional devotion. Like, every healthy and normal person who has a pet, treat them with respect and love and cherish their company, and gets really, really sad when they go away, right? So this is nice. This is a good experience. I believe particularly that God has made the animals, the pets, right? The animals in general, but specifically the pets, specifically for this purpose in our life. And that will be all for this episode. I thank you one more time for your lovely company. See you in the next episode. Bye.